Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to build a cookie pop-up card for a website. Let's check it out. As you can see, it has white background, and the first thing we can see is the image of a cookie and the heading text which says "We use cookies," and also a nice description below it with to allow and decline buttons. These two buttons have transitions. I think, if I'm not wrong, yeah, that's what we want to create in today's tutorial video. Let's start creating this pop-up. But before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll start with our HTML structure first. We have a body element that will hold everything, and inside it we have a div with the class card container. This container will be our card. Inside the card we have an SVG for a cookie image. This SVG is quite detailed, but for now, just know it gives us a nice cookie graphic. Below the SVG, we have two paragraphs. The first paragraph has the class cookie heading and says, "We use cookies." This will be our main heading inside the card. The second paragraph has the class cookie description and provides a description of why we use cookies. Finally, inside the card, we have a div called button container that holds two buttons. One button has the class accept button and says allow. The other has the class decline button and says decline. This sets up all the HTML elements we need to start styling. And yeah, that's it with HTML. Now let's style everything with CSS. We'll begin with the body. We set the height to 100 VOH so the body takes the full height of the viewport. Then we use display flex, justify content center, and align item center to center our card both horizontally and vertically. For the font, we set it to Inter, and finally we remove any default margin by setting margin to 0. The background color of the body is RGB 141414, which is a very dark gray. Next, we style our card container. Its width is 300 pixels, height 220 pixels, and background color is RGB 255 55 255, which is white. We make it a flex container with flex direction column so that its children stack vertically, and we align items to the center. We add padding of 20 pixels top and bottom and 30 pixels left and right. To create spacing between child elements, we use gap 13 pixels. For the cookie SVG, we target the path inside the G element inside Tashto cookie SVG and set its fill to RGB 978181. This gives the cookie a brownish color. The cookie heading paragraph has a font size of 1.2 em, font weight of 800 to make it bold, and a color of RGB 262626, which is dark gray. The cookie description paragraph is centered using text-align center, has a font size of 0.7 em, font weight of 600, and a color of RGB 999999, which is a medium gray. Next, we style the button container. This is a flex container so that the buttons are laid out in a row, and we set a gap of 20 pixels between the buttons. Now let's style the accept button. Its width is 80 pixels. Background color is RGB 123 87 255. We add a transition duration of 0.2 seconds so hover effects are smooth, and we remove the default border by setting border none. The text color is RGB 241 241 241. The cursor is set to pointer so it changes on hover. The font weight is 600, and we round the corners using border radius 20 pixels. For the decline button, the width is also 80 pixels and height is 30 pixels. The background color is RGB 218 218 218. We again use transition duration 0.2 seconds. Text color is RGB 46 46 46. Border is none. Cursor pointer, font weight 600, and border radius 20 pixels. We also add hover effects for the buttons. When we hover over decline button, the background color changes to RGB in 35 to 3535 with a transition duration of 0.2 seconds. For the accept button, on hover, the background color changes to RGB 145 115 255, also with a transition duration of 0.2 seconds. And yeah, let's check the result of our HTML and CSS efforts. So now our cookie pop-up card looks very, very nice, and we created everything step by step. So this part of the tutorial video ends here. And again, please like this video if you liked and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. See you in the next part of the tutorial video. Take care.